So you see before you the skeleton, thanks to Janet. And what we're looking at, hopefully you can tell, is the big bones of the pelvis. And you can see it's on the left of my screen, almost to the knees. You don't need to make it bigger, Janet. You're good. Where are you going, Janet? Oh, thank you. We're getting an overview of the skeleton here. And you can see that bowl shape of the pelvis and the big bones of the pelvis and the connection to the leg. And you can see how the pelvis is connecting into the sacrum, little tailbone hanging down, and then goes up into the spine. And then when Janet's ready, Janet, would you bring the feet to standing and bend the knees? So let's first take a moment before you do that to see how much of the pelvis and what parts of the pelvis are touching the floor. And now let's go ahead and bend the knees and bring the feet to standing. Does everyone see a change in how the pelvis is resting on the floor? And a change in the tilt of the pelvis? And now we do this lesson with that we talk about as the pelvic clock. And I know sometimes for me, my whole orientation to where this clock is and what direction it's going can slip away on me. So the movements are most important, but I'll also connect it a little bit to where the clock imagery goes. So if we let the skeleton's pelvis press a little towards the floor at the waist. So if you're pressing your waist back, you can even do it while you're sitting. Press back with the waist. And maybe push on the pelvic bones. The pelvic bones tilt up a little bit. Everybody see that that would bring the lumbar spine, the waist area a little closer to the floor. And we call going in that direction, tilting up, pressing down with the waist, 12 o'clock. And then if we very gently, we always want to very gently tilt down, you can see the tailbone is coming towards the floor and the pelvis is tilting down. And as Janet's illustrating, there's a bigger gap there and there's a little bit of an arc at the waist area. And now let's look at this movement we call 3 to 9. So if our waist is at 12, when we go to our left, we're going to 3 o'clock. Can you see how one side of the pelvis is getting a little closer to the floor, the other's raising away from the floor, and the knees are staying pointed towards the ceiling, but they move just a little bit. And then go ahead and come back to the starting point, which could be your true middle or feels like your middle, and then go the other direction. Thank you. And then can the pelvis just go back and forth a few times slowly? So you can see what lifts away from the floor, what's coming closer. And then we alternate, lifts away, coming closer. And then we begin to create arcs between these points. So if we come back to neutral and we arc in whatever direction is easy for you to manage, we can begin to make a circle with the pelvis. Can you see what connects up through the body? Connections through the spine. And of course, it's connecting with the legs, going down towards the feet. So that's it. And stop right there. Thank you so much, Janet.